CrystalDavisApparel.com. And I have owner with me, Crystal Davis. Crystal, how are you?
Crystal Davis Apparel is faith-based, forward-thinking, and trendy. Our goal is to inspire and empower others to manifest the life of abundance and live life on purpose. And once I made my mind up, let's go, I started with one single design, and I just kept moving.
Thank you, audience, for tuning in. Yes, you have tuned in to Visit Vegas Places with Coil, Season 2. This is Episode 6. And I want to thank all my listeners and all my followers for tuning in. This has been a great pleasure. Of course, this is where definitely we talk about the here and now of our listeners. This is where we discuss real Vegas, real topics, real business with real owners. And I want to thank all you guys for following. Now, keep in mind also, if you're not following on my personal platform on Facebook, make sure you tune in there where you can get motivational speeches and also updates on the podcast shows. Now, on episode 6 today, we have a special local businesswoman, small businesswoman that sells apparel. Now, she is from Georgia. She resides here in Las Vegas, and she has a beautiful designs of T-shirts. Now, her T-shirts are faith-based and motivation-driven quotes. The designs are inspired by God and love, which are the two most important ingredients. Crystal Davis Apparel, CrystalDavisApparel.com. And I have owner with me, Crystal Davis. Crystal, how are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you, Crystal, for joining and blessing us with your presence. Let us know about Crystal Davis Apparel. Let the audience know who you are and about your apparel company.
Absolutely. Crystal Davis Apparel is faith-based, forward-thinking, and trendy. Our goal is to inspire and empower others to manifest the life of abundance and live life on purpose.
All right. Now, Crystal, these designs are beautiful in your shirts and they're very motivating. I got to ask, how did you come up with these designs to say, like, I want to go with this trend and this designs of shirt? What drove you to come up with these designs?
All of my designs are pretty much inspired by the Holy Spirit, which is my help. Right. And so before I do any designs, I pray and I ask God to give me something, because I know as a believer, there is power in words and in thought. And so I incorporated that into my designs to make it fun, also to deliver the message of positivity and faith.
Right, because it does a good job. I mean, actually, as I'm scrolling through your website and shopping, I can get happy just reading some of the quotes that are on it. One of my favorites is the "Live in Peace," which is lip. That rings out to me, and I look at that one. But that's a beautiful one. And then your most famous one, which I'm definitely going to get, is the "Validated by God." That is your most trending T-shirt, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Considering the climate that we're in, just to touch back on Live in Peace, that kind of like motivated that design, because peace is so important, right? And it's all about faith in action. So going to being validated by God, that's so very important, because in the world today, we have social media, we have TikTok, Instagram, and we see, and we kind of like mimic ourselves, and we want a better life, but then we find ourselves sometimes comparing. But the most important relationship is with Christ, and knowing your foundation, and knowing that and believing who you are in Christ. And that's pretty much all the approval that you need, because God loves us right, the way that we are, who we are, how we are, and whatever state we're in.
That's right. I love it. And I love your faith, and I can tell God he's definitely with us on all of our journeys. Let us know about your journey. As I mentioned, audience, Crystal came from Georgia, so she's bringing all of her Georgia culture to the table here of Las Vegas. Could you give us a little insight of your transition of moving from Georgia to here to Las Vegas and then starting a small business?
Absolutely. So, born and raised in the South, born in Louisiana, moved to Georgia, lived in Georgia for years. Um, just, I'm used to the Southern hospitality. I was, raised in the church. So
Okay.
early on, I had the faith, and and a believer. And so,
Right.
and it was my faith that, I wanted to do something different, to just like step out. And I decided to come to Las Vegas because I wanted a change, right? But I knew God, he's always with us everywhere we go. And so
That's
I
right.
came to Las Vegas, got a job, just normal, doing the normal business of going to work every day.
Right.
And being in a local church where God had given me a vision to, start a business. And it's
Right.
specifically faith based. And, you know, I, I decided, okay, so yeah, I can do this, but I didn't know how, right? And I didn't have,
Right.
a lot of money to start a t-shirt
Okay.
business. And so what I did was I did a little research, found Springs, which is the platform that I use. It's print on demand. And with that,
Okay.
you pretty much start with little or no
Mm.
money at all. When I say no money, literally less than $100.
Wow. Wow. Do you hear that, audience? So that is something inspiring, Crystal Davis, that a lot of our even younger adults and even adults that are our peers, they're not understanding of what it takes to own and operate a business, or even little what it is to start a business, or even get your feet wet to understand the way of the business, to even understand to see if you could do it or not. Now, how long did it really take you per se for you to feel comfortable to know that, you know what, I can really make these designs and I can do it, and I want to start promoting it? Because I know it started with your idea with you and God first. What did it take, and how long did it take for you to really like say, like, you know what, I'm going public with this and I'm going to live this out?
If just looking back, if I had to just, a time frame, I would say it was a couple of months, maybe
Okay.
5 or 6 months after God had given me the vision. Um, and it and I dragged a little bit. I didn't just take off running. I
Hmm.
procrastinated a little bit and was kind of like going back and forth with a little self doubt. So my most important advice would be to just believe that God is with you. He's going to carry you through to the end. And it was getting started,
Right.
like, let's go. And once I made my mind up, let's go, I started with one single design, and I just kept moving. I kept moving from there. I didn't have a website. I
Right.
didn't have a logo, but just start.
Wow.
You got to start somewhere.
That's right, right, and then now that's inspiration, that you set up all this and you got the wheels spinning without all the features, like you said, the logo and all that. And your logo is beautiful. Now, how long did it take when you were in business until you came and produced the logo for your business?
Well, initially, I started off with Canva to kind of like look around for a design, but I and I did. It was a design that was already part of one of the templates that they had on their platform, but
Okay.
I wanted to up level. I wanted it to be really mine, to represent me and what I stood for. And so doing research, I found a freelancer from Pakistan on
Okay.
Fiverr.com. So
Okay.
not really expensive to design. And what I did was I just drew my initial, the C and the D, and gave them some
Okay.
specifications on how I wanted it. And boom, I birthed it. And I love it.
Wow. I love that. I love that. That's good stuff. Now, Crystal, again, you can see all this that we're speaking on at her website, which is crystaldavisapparel.com. Again, crystaldavisapparel.com. Crystal, if you don't mind, could you enlighten the audience on all your other social media handles and how can they purchase the shirts from you?
Absolutely. So, Crystal Davis Apparel is on Instagram and Facebook, Crystal Davis Apparel. And to shop, I have my website, www.crystaldavisapparel.com.
Yes, sir. You guys heard it all. Now, Crystal, well, how would you say was your approach to the advertising on social media? I know even transitioning from a different state. So I know that is hard because I can see if you was still in Georgia with the social media, you have your backing of, your crowd, that your audience you grew up with, or those in your community. Now, with you coming to a new community, which would be good sharing of best practice to other people. How was your approach to advertising into a new area in a new zone? How did you approach that?
I just approached it with the sense of show up. So what I mean by showing up, meaning just put it out there. Put it out there.
Okay.
Don't think about comparing what you may see others, even though you get inspiration from others. Just
Right.
basically start posting. Post that shirt. Post it.
Right.
And be consistent with your postings and tell a story.
That's right. That's right. That's good info right there. Could you give us, Crystal, some obstacles that you have faced by relocating? What were some obstacles you faced that you can recall, and how did you overcome those obstacles?
Yeah. So one being that print on demand, everything is online, which is
Okay.
that's what we're doing today, which is great. But to market myself more in a community where I don't have a big fan base, and when being invited to like local vending events, because we have a lot of vending events here in Las Vegas, and
Okay.
all of my
Yes.
product is online. So showing up with no product, how to, and so I find myself like, okay, you got to get creative with a way to market, you know.
Gotcha.
So what I decided to do was to invest in a a heat press machine, so that to set myself up with where I was not spending a lot of money on equipment that
Right.
I wasn't going to be using. I have the heat press machine where I can do
Mm-hmm.
designs locally. So I have printed designs for companies, custom designs. I also do that. And so just
Okay.
setting myself up so when I am able to go out and being locally, at least I'm able to, one, I can either take my heat press machine right there with me, have my t-shirts, my hoodies, my mugs, and all of that right
That's
there with me.
right.
So and also still referring people to my website,
That's
So
right. 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 To get a wider stock. So that
absolutely.
you're a business savvy woman. I love everything you're saying is just beautiful.
Thank you.
That right there is on. Now give some of our mostly women. I know men too can take it, but mainly our women, because this is important. You're a strong woman now, coming from a whole different zone that you're used to. Coming here, not only doing anything average, you're starting a small business. That takes strategy. You have to have a strategy. How do you balance between being a businesswoman and a God fearing woman just to live life? How do you balance that?
Well, the balance for me, it's not it's all contingent on me knowing my foundation first and foremost. It's almost just like you gotta have that embedded deep down inside of you, no matter what situation
Hmm.
that you're in, knowing who you are in Christ, and
Right.
my responsibility to
Mm.
represent myself as a woman of God,
That's
as a
right.
sister, as a friend, and then it all comes full circle because my core is grounded in the way God sees me and His expectation of me.
Okay. And then you're following through with all this and you're passing it down. Crystal, you have a beautiful soul. Definitely in your business mind and your way of thinking and your heart, that all carries through your business. And it makes sense why you have these beautiful designs on your shirts. Again, audience, Crystal Davis Apparel. She's is faith based. And on their website, their goal is to inspire and empower others to manifest a life of abundance and live on purpose. Beautiful. Crystal Davis, let the audience know your website and social media handles.
Yes. Social media, you can find me at Crystal Davis Apparel. That's on Facebook and Instagram. You can also shop on my website, www.crystaldavisapparel.com.
Thank you, Crystal. Crystal. Now, Crystal, one other thing is I gotta ask is like, are you on any events that are coming up in Las Vegas or pop-ups or anything? Do you are you coming up that you would like to let the audience know?
Not at this present time, but I will.
Okay. And then one more question that I was curious about. Do you take requests or designs? Like if somebody had wanted to modify a design for themselves, do you take those orders also?
Absolutely. I do custom designs as well.
All right. I love it. Now, Crystal Davis, again, crystaldavisapparel.com. And in audience, I wanted to let you guys know Crystal and I met via networking. So I would definitely want to encourage networking, especially business to business. Now that everything is moving towards social media, advertising, if you can see, you see bigger companies, even more bigger public figures. They're trying to do what locals and small business owners been doing from day one on this social media platform. So it is very important that we stick together, communicate, connect with each other, and help spread the word of each good product that we do have to offer. Make sure we do that. So when you wake up in the morning, make sure you like that next person post, you share it, you message them, you let them know how they feel, encourage them. Because if we wouldn't have thought of that, Crystal and I wouldn't be here talking, sharing this information to you guys. And I'm sure Crystal does agree.
Absolutely.
Right. Do you have anything to share on networking, Crystal?
Of course. So going back to a question when you asked about like some of the obstacles,
Mm-hmm.
what I would say is even when I went to a first vending event and I didn't have any physical product, make sure that you have your business cards. If you don't have a business card, you can create a QR code. And what I did was I kind
Right.
of like I have one on the back of my cell phone because most people have cell phones, so they can just make it easy for your customer or your potential customer, and they can just scan the code from your phone.
That's right.
Talk to people. Don't be afraid to conversate because it's you can go so far with a simple, authentic conversation.
That's right. That's right. Man, that's beautiful. I love it, Crystal. I appreciate your presence. I'm so thankful I met you. I can see big things happening for you, and then if I can help you, I will. One thing I want to ask you, Crystal, if it was one thing that you could, if an investor came to you and wanted to invest one move that you want to make next, what would be that move for your company? That one big move that you would need to be invested in, what would that move be?
That move would be to have a local storefront so all of my Vegas family can come and we can, and they can share the excitement and the enthusiasm in person.
That's right. All right. And that's going to happen. And when two or more agree, we're going to agree on that, Crystal, and that will happen to you by next year. Okay.
Yes.
Crystal Davis Apparel. Now, Crystal, before we get out, we're going to go into this or that. Let the audience know some of the preference of this or that, get to know you a little more. And then with this or that, I'll give you two preferences and you just let me know your preference of either or. And if you didn't like either or, which one would you choose if you did? Okay.
Okay.
And then they're real simple questions. Okay.
Okay.
So the first question on Visit Vegas Places with Crystal Davis Apparel, this or that. Crystal, in the morning on your grits, are you a salt or a sugar person for the grits?
Salt.
Oh, yes. I think the sugar is just for the youngsters. I think I went through the sugar and syrup phase when I was like from 13 to 15. And then after that, it's just salt and pepper, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now, this one is for when you're going out for dinner and you order your steak or even at home. Do you prefer medium rare or well done on your steaks?
Neither, because I don't eat beef.
So you're not a beef eater?
No, I used to be. I was born and raised in the South, so I pretty much ate everything.
That's right. So what did you replace your beef with?
I like turkey. I like fish. I like, pretty much turkey, seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to take it that you was going to say you were vegan, but so you still, indulge into some protein.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that goes to the next one. I think you almost answered that, but I was going to get into on holidays. I know traditionally, would you prefer the turkey or the ham?
I prefer the turkey.
Yeah, the turkey. I know. You probably used to turkey being cooked done and well. You have to know how to cook a turkey. Not all turkeys are cooked good, especially a dry one. That can ruin a holiday dinner.
Right.
So you gotta have, when the turkey is succulent with juice, then that's different. But I'm more of the ham guy. The turkey, I always got to test it out. Dry turkey. I remember my grandmother, though, my great grandmother actually, rest in peace. She used to make the best turkey on Thanksgiving. And then what I liked about it is just like I remember on Thanksgiving, but like December early with the leftovers because we had a bigger family, she'll make the homemade pot pies. And just the homemade pot pies is something else.
Oh, yeah. I absolutely love chicken pot pie.
And there's nothing like a homemade one.
No. And chicken noodle soup.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Homemade. When my grandma down south now, she used to make them with the little winglets. I never forget, with the real noodles and the winglets. Like and I was from the city, so I'm used to the can. That's all I knew of chicken noodle soup. And I'll never forget when I went down south and she made the real deal. I was like, wow, you can never buy this.
No, you can't. You can't. I mean, I really can eat chicken every day. Like, it's so many things you can do with chicken.
It is. Literally is. Oh, that's good. I appreciate you on that. Enlightening on yourself and letting us know your preference on this or that. So our last one is very, very Vegas. Of course, all my guests, I see how very, very Vegas they are. And I put them through the test. And again, it's not a right or wrong answer to the test. It's just to educate us all about the city. And this one, I tried to blend in with your background, though. And I did a little homework. So with this one, we're going to see how very, very Vegas you are. Crystal Davis, let me name one restaurant, okay? Just one only out of a list of them of they call it the Georgian's restaurant. So I want a Georgia based restaurant that is out here in Las Vegas.
I need to find
Just give me one.
I need to find Georgia based. But my favorite is the Grand Lux Cafe inside the Venetian. Well, they had my first experience was at the Palazzo, but that closed. But you know, I love the Grand Lux Cafe, and you get, you know, they have amazing entrees. You get that I like chicken and waffles, and they have the best chicken and waffles, seasoned to perfection.
Is that right?
Absolutely. So I would recommend the Grand Lux Cafe inside of the Venetian. It is my absolute favorite. I mean, like if I get in the mood for chicken wings or I can have the little buffalo chicken rolls, very light, delicate, flavorful. Yeah. And then if I want Italian, I can have the what is it? The shrimp. That is the shrimp scampi. It is amazing. Amazing.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh man.
Cajun. I can go on and on. I can promote for them.
So and it's funny because I've never been in that place before. What is your go-to every time you go there?
Okay, so my absolute favorite is the shrimp scampi. I mean, it's just like you get about 6 big tiger prawn shrimps that's kind of like sauteed in a flavorful lemon garlic sauce. It is that's my favorite, and then my second favorite would be the chicken and waffles because the waffles are so fluffy and so full. Oh, it's everything.
Oh man, that sounds so good right there. It does. Yes. So I know we have the best ones in here is that Foco de Chao. I love the Foco de Chao. Have you been there yet?
I've never been there.
Yeah, so that's another one in there that is known, that is real good in Georgia that you'll want to check out. And then they had some other ones on here. One moment. Let me see. It's on my list for you.
Well, you do know. Well, so the Grand Lux Cafe it's the same company as the Cheesecake Factory. So I know all about the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah, they have amazing this chicken biscuit. The chicken and biscuits. It reminds you of what it is. It's real savory and it's like a really good comfort food. So if you like I do, like chicken and chicken pot pie, that's pretty much what you get there. So. And that's still on the same. It's still on that menu. So,
right, yeah, and then also you have of course, the STK Steakhouse, which is out there in Atlanta, Georgia, which is out here also, which is the other one out there. But yeah,
never been there either.
Yeah, yeah. What was? Well, you don't eat beef no more, so yeah, you're the chicken lady. What would be your favorite? What is your favorite chicken sandwich? Out of all the fast food spots, let me know. You know all the chicken wars going on. Which chicken sandwich do you think is the best?
Same as Atlanta, Georgia. That Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A.
Thank you. Yes. Oh man. I have to get their sandwich, but I gotta get the 30-piece nuggets. Those nuggets, there's something about them.
Oh.
And then when we were growing up, I'm originally from Los Angeles, California. So when we were growing up, the Chick-fil-A was only in the Fox Hills Mall, and I think it was another one in the Del Amo Mall. So they were only in the malls. You remember they didn't have the stores outside back in the days. They were only in the malls. So you remember the lady used to have the samples with the toothpicks of the nuggets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how old I am.
Yeah. Like how many samples did you go back for?
Right.
What's the limit?
But yeah. Oh man. I remember. I love it, man. But Chick-fil-A hands down is the best. I'm glad you did say that. And that Polynesian sauce is something to die for. I'm glad it's in the stores now.
Amazing.
Yes, yes, man, Crystal, it's been a blessing. I'm glad you blessed us with your presence. Before I let you go, Crystal, let out the audience know your social media handles and where can we get those beautiful shirts from you?
Awesome. Yes. So I'm on social media, Instagram and Facebook, Crystal Davis Apparel. You can also shop on my website, www.crystaldavisapparel.com.
Yes, yes. And you guys heard it from here. Go check her out. Definitely check her out. CrystalDavisApparel.com. The shirts are beautiful. The Validated by God, which is the trending one, is the one I like. And it's in black, so it goes with anything. There's no excuse. So you definitely got to check her out. She's a good businesswoman, and if you see her, if you want to message her, say hi to her. She's very inspirational and motivational too. It's just not about a sell for her. She's about encouragement. So if you need to reach out for her, say hi. You guys see Crystal. She's came from Georgia to here, has everything set up. If you listen to this from the beginning, she's laid out what you need to do if you need to start up yourself. Crystal, I appreciate you for sharing all your knowledge on the show today.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful for you. You invited me. I'm so grateful.
You're welcome, Crystal. And then I will see you again. And I will begin with you to get some of the shirt stuff from me. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. You take care. And audience, thank you. I love you guys. Las Vegas is #1. Vegas strong. You guys still be safe. Even though we have no mask mandate, you keep it safe out there. We love you. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. You guys could have been anywhere today. You chose to be here with us. I want to thank you. And you guys check out Crystal Davis Apparel. Again, thank you again, Crystal.
Thank you so much. Blessings, guys.
You're welcome. Bye.